All right, we made an awesome frame for our gorgeous self-portrait inspired by Frida Kahlo. And what we're doing now is we have a really small piece of paper, kind of the size of like a Pokemon card, and we are drawing an oval. And in the center of the oval, we're going to draw two little dashed lines. And then in the center, in between the chin and the eyes, we're going to make another dashed line. And in between that, we're going to have a fourth dashed line where the mouth is going to be. Next, we're going to make sure that we have a nice thick neck to support our beautiful head with all of our brain inside. And then we're going to draw shoulders that come out on either side and down to the bottom of the paper. Now, if I went too fast here, I would like you to stop, rewind, and keep rewatching it until you are ready to continue. Okay, if you would like to, you can draw two lines to show where your arms are resting against the sides of your body. And you could add other details like maybe a necklace or a collar on your shirt. But when you're ready, it is time for the eyes. I'm going to make this dashed line more of a curve, and then I'm going to make another curve underneath to create an almond or a football shape. Again, if I'm going too fast, please pause if you need to. You can add a little bit of eyelashes there, but we are drawing really small today, so don't worry too much about eyelashes and small details like that. You can really carefully draw two circles inside of that football shape for your iris and pupil. And then, of course, you need some eyebrows to show your expression a little bit better. Here's how I like to draw a realistic nose. I draw like a U shape with two curves on either side, and then I bring a line up towards my eyebrow. Now, this is really hard to do when you're drawing this small, so I'm going to show you a second, easier way if you would like to try it this way. Remember to draw light until you know it's right so that you can erase really easily. So I'm just going to draw kind of a curvy L shape instead for my nose here, and that works out a lot better since I have such a small piece of paper. Now I'm going to take that line underneath my nose and turn it into my mouth. I'm feeling happy, so I'm going to curve my line up on either side a little bit and then make a bump at the top for my top lip and another U shape at the bottom for my bottom lip. That looks pretty good. I think this might be a good place for you to pause and get your facial features the way you would like them. Once you are ready, we are going to add our ears. Now, if you've ever worn glasses, you know that your eyes line up with the top of your ears so that to hold your glasses on your face. I've got a C shape on either side, and now we are ready to add other details such as, you guessed it, hair. So I've got some examples of different ways you can draw hair, but as you can see here, I'm making some adjustments because good artists always like to make adjustments and change things. That's why we're drawing with pencil. So if you would like to make adjustments, it's okay if your drawing is a little rough like mine. We're going to go in and erase it all later anyway. So if you made a mistake, just roll with it. It's a happy accident, and we will erase our mistakes later. Okay, so think about what kind of hair you would like on top of your gorgeous head. Now, notice each hairstyle has a top portion and a portion that's touching the forehead. So there's a line that touches the forehead that might be jaggedy or smooth and straight. And then there's another line on top of the head where you might have a ponytail or wavy, wiggly hair sticking up off the top of your head. And everybody's hair is different. So this could be a little bit tricky. So maybe practice a couple different hairstyles to decide which one you like the best. So I'm going to start by making a part kind of off to the side on my forehead. And if I had curly or wavy hair, I would draw a wiggly line that maybe comes down towards my ears. Now I could stop there if I have really short hair, but I have long hair. So I'm going to go back to the top of my head, and I am going to add more hair that comes out the top and over to the side. Again, if you wanted to make your hair really curly, you don't draw each individual curly hair. You're going to draw the shape of your hair. So what the top of your hair looks like what shape is that? So if it's curly or wavy, it would be a wiggly line that comes all the way down to however long your hair is. So if it's really long, it might go all the way to your shoulders. Let's go ahead and try a different way of drawing hair. I'm just like I said, draw light till you know it's right so you can erase and make changes if you need to. But I'm going to go ahead and make mine a little bit less curly, a little bit more straight, and just slightly wavy like that. And if you have really short hair, then I'm going to show you how to do short hair as well too, just so you're not feeling left out if you have short hair. So you can have short hair like that, where you have it stop by the side of your neck. Or let's erase some of this long stuff. Or here we go. This is what it might look like if you just had short hair. You might just want to add a little bit off the top to have your hair kind of lifted up off the top of your head, and you could be done there. So let me go back to my hairstyle. And once you are happy with your hair, it is time to find a very thin Sharpie. So these Sharpies, a lot of people like to call like a pen Sharpie. It's got a little teeny tiny nib on the end that's gonna make it easier for us to outline. Now that one's dried out, so I'm gonna go get a different one. The only thing I want you to make sure you're doing today, guys, is not pressing down hard. You wanna be really gentle. If you press down hard, the tip of your pen Sharpie, your Sharpie pen, is going to get bent, and it's gonna be really hard to draw with, and you're gonna think that it's out of ink, but really it's just bent and it's hard to draw with. So carefully, don't press down, just gently draw on top of all of your lines. Once you are finished going over all your lines, you're going to take an eraser and just erase all your extra pencil marks and all the adjustments that you made while you were drawing with your pencil. Awesome. It is time to add color. To add color to this, we are going to use colored pencil because we are doing such a small drawing. So no matter what color skin tone you have, what color hair, I want you to try to find a colored pencil that is as close as you can get. So for example, I've got this darker brown, well, I guess it's a medium brown, then I'm gonna go around the edges. Here is your key here, guys. I want you to go around the edges first to help you stay in the lines, and it will also help define your self-portrait. So you can kind of go around your eyes, go around your eyebrows, go around your nose. And even though you only have maybe a couple shades of brown to choose from, you actually have a lot of choices, and here is how. So if you see what I'm doing here, I am barely touching the paper with my light brown, and it is super light. So that is one shade of brown, is just barely touching the paper. But if you start to press a little bit harder like I'm doing now and going over it more, the color gets a little bit darker. So now it's more of a tan instead of a very, very light brown. If you keep going, you can actually make it even darker. So you do have you have a lot of choices when it comes to your skin tones. You just gotta think about how hard do you need to press with that colored pencil. Now you could also actually blend colors together as well. So let's say this looks pretty good for my skin tone, but let's say you wanna make it a little bit darker even still. You can find a darker brown, and let's practice on the back. So I can put a little bit of this lighter brown, and then I can go and find a darker brown, and I can press the other brown into it and mix the two colors together. So let's try that here. Just like this. So now I have a little bit of a darker brown. So depending on your skin tone, you might want to mix colors together. Another tip is underneath your chin, you can make it a little bit darker because there's a shadow underneath your chin. The same thing goes for your hair. My hair is brown, but it's kind of a dark brown. So I'm going to use this darker brown that I have, and I'm going to press kind of hard with it because I want it to be pretty dark. I also want to go over my lines. I also want to kind of go around in circles to make sure I get all of the white spots. If you have white spots showing, it's going to make your color a little bit lighter as well. Then when you're done with one color, again, you can take a second color and blend it in. So I'm going to take a black colored pencil next, and I am going to blend a little bit of black into my brown to make my hair even darker still. Check it out. When it comes to your lips, what you're going to want to do, when it comes to your eyebrows, you can kind of just go over your black line with the color of your eyebrows. And when it comes to your lips, here is the trick. Take a skin tone that kind of matches what you had on your face and color in your lips with it. Then you can leave it like that if you don't want your lips to be very pink. But if you would like to make them more of a pinkish color, take either a red or a pink and kind of blend a little bit of that red or pink on top of your skin tone that you chose. There we go. There is my skin tone, my lips, and my hair all finished. Now I'm going to repeat the same steps, but with my shirt and my necklace and whatever else I need to color in, like my pupils. So remember, if you want to make your drawing look extra nice, try to go around the edges first, make those areas a little bit darker by pressing down a little bit harder, using a little bit more pressure, and then fill in the rest of it carefully and gently. Notice while I'm working that I'm kind of coloring, like I said, in circular motions to make sure I'm filling all of those white spots to make my drawing look as nice as possible. I'll see you at the end. If you're looking for a gray colored pencil and you can't find one, you can use your regular pencil to create a gray color. And here's a quick preview of what we're going to be doing next time. I'll see you then. Love, your cozy art teacher.